Taryn. How are you today?
Well, I'm doing okay, Miss Gomez. Reviewing a lot of the homeworks and everything, and those have been very helpful. So things have been going a lot better.
Good.
With my family and at work and with my fiance.
All right, good. Okay, so in today's session, what I want us to do is I just kind of want us to review over a little bit of your past homework assignments that we've been doing, so we can kind of develop a pattern, so we can kind of see what the pattern that you've had has been, and if we can develop a new type of pattern, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so let's go ahead and the very first session that you were here, do you remember what you said to me? What you originally came in saying?
I was dirty.
Okay, exactly. Now, let me ask you, what would it mean if that were true?
It means that I'm just like impure and a nasty person.
Okay. And if you're a nasty person, what would that mean?
I'm unlovable.
You're unlovable. Okay. Do you know what core beliefs are? Are you familiar with what core beliefs are?
No.
Okay. Let me show you. I have a nice little list here, okay? And core beliefs are kind of a belief that we really believe about ourselves, that deep down inside is what we really feel, ultimately, okay? We want to kind of change that belief for you, all right? So we came up with, I'm unlovable?
Yes.
Right. Do you see that in here? That's one of those core beliefs, right? That's a negative core belief. We want to try to change that to something to make it a little bit better, more positive, so we can have a little bit better positive outlook on things, okay? So let's go ahead and let's look at your past homework assignments, all right? And let's see if we can put those together. We saw that after looking at those past homework assignments, we saw that your core belief is kind of that you're unlovable, okay? So now what I want us to do is we have this nice little tool, okay, that it's called a cognitive conceptualization tool. And what we do is we're going to look at your core beliefs, we're going to fill it out together, okay? And you told me unlovable. I'm unlovable. Okay. So now, what kind of assumption can we make positively that can change that core belief?
I am not unlovable. I am not unlovable.
Okay, good. And a negative counterpart to that assumption would be what? A negative one. So if positive, you're saying that I am lovable, the counterpart, the negative counterpart would be okay. And we want to change that. So what kinds of coping things can you do when you start to believe that you're unlovable? What kind of things could you do?
Definitely talk to my family. I need to maybe produce more positive thoughts.
Producing more positive thoughts. Okay. So going back to your homework assignments, when we saw originally that your thoughts were negative, and they led to those negative emotions, the negative behaviors, and in turn the negative consequences, when we kind of switched that up to the more positive stuff, and we started thinking with the positive thoughts, they led to positive emotions, positive behaviors, and positive consequences. Okay, do you see what I'm doing there?
I'm following along, yes.
All right, good. All right, so since, we have that new emotion, or from that new positive core belief that I am lovable, what kind of emotions do you get from that?
I definitely feel a lot more hopeful, motivated, feel loved.
Okay, all right. And as a result, your behaviors?
Definitely
Your mood?
a lot more cheerful. Talk to my family a lot more, a lot closer.
And do you see how kind of that's helped you now? You came in today telling me that things are going a little bit better, right?
Yes, with work and family.
And you see how, changing up that idea is really positive and beneficial for you?
Yes.
Okay. Now, when we look at that core belief, do we think that that was irrational belief, that you're unlovable? Is that a rational belief? Are you really unlovable?
No.
Okay. So then it's a cognitive distortion, right? It's something we kind of put in our mind that's not really true, but we end up believing it.
Yes.
All right. So there's not really evidence for that belief, is there?
No, there's no evidence.
Okay.
I mean, my family loves me. We're gotten a lot closer, so we talk about more.
All right, good. So you see that all of these changes, we went from everything being negative and negative behaviors, emotions, and consequences to changing it all to being positive and using those new coping skills and mechanisms. When you start to think of that negative feeling, you kind of bring out your phone and you have that new thought there. And you repeat it to yourself a few times, and you've had some good results from it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I like the fact that, you're getting the idea here. That's very good. So now that we've come up with that new belief, I am lovable. Let's try repeating that to ourselves a few times.
Okay. I am lovable. I am lovable. I am lovable.
Now, do you think we could do the same thing that we've done in the past with the phone and, putting that little note in there?
Yes.
And whenever you feel that emotion or that down feeling that I'm not lovable, you kind of have to pull that out and say, I am lovable?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. I'm glad. And that's what we want to work towards, is getting you to remember that you are lovable. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Until our next session, Miss Howell.
Thank you so much, Ms. Gomez.